probably clicked on this video because you needed that one tip to help you get any conversation flowing smoothly. And you want to be able to actually talk to people, and you want to actually be able to enjoy talking to them when you do talk to them. If your conversations ever die, there's one thing that you're doing incorrectly. This one thing, the one secret is relatability. Because you don't know, but the secret is relatability. Relatability is where friends are formed, because it's the same with conversations. Conversations work so much more smoothly and flow way better when you actually have something relatable in common that you're talking about. Oh, I can bet you that all the best conversations that you've ever had with people was something that you're actually interested in. You have found something in common that you're relatable about. That's why talking with your friends, people that you actually like to talk to, that's why it flows so smoothly, because it's actually something that is relatable. Relatability is that one thing which will get your conversations going from not really that good, like connecting with people not very well, you're struggling connecting with people, to absolutely amazing. You can connect with essentially many people if you can find a relatable point. The one thing that you actually want to do with people is have an enjoyable conversation, right? That's generally one of the key things, one of the key reasons why, that's actually one of the key reasons why we actually choose to start conversations. We choose to start conversations because our human psychology wants to have some enjoyable moments in conversations, right? A lot of funny memories happen during conversation. So the key to any conversation is enjoying the conversation. If you're just like, then the conversation is going to be boring and you're not going to want to talk very much about it, right? You're not going to want to talk very much about whatever you're talking about because it's boring. No one wants a boring conversation. So what you need is to find something in common that you have, something which is relatable. And I'll go on more, some testimonies that I have, experiences about myself first, that this has happened, right? But you need to find something relatable, something which you actually enjoy talking about, right? I enjoy travel, and I'll say this after, but find something relatable, find something enjoyable, and that is a step to moving forward closer to becoming an amazing person who can conversation with people, who can make it enjoyable. An insane tip I also have for you today is to go in a conversation with a learning mindset. I did this, I probably realized this maybe a couple months ago, and all my conversations have been amazing because I went into the conversation with purpose. When you go in the conversation with purpose, your mindset shifts from, oh, what does this person think about me? What am I gonna do today with this conversation? There's no point, see? As you can say, there's no point of a conversation apart from laughing a bit. You need to go in with a learning mindset, because when you do this, you shift from the other things that I just said, which are meaningless, and you go straight into the conversation with purpose. You're trying to learn something, you're trying to build yourself. You're not trying to seek validation. That is self-respect. It's gonna make you an amazing person because you're trying to learn. We all know all the greatest people, all the inventors, all the greats, they always learn every single day. So why not copy like them? Every conversation you go in, make sure it is something relatable, enjoyable to talk to, and that you have a learning mindset. Here are some personal experiences I've had using this relatability tactic. This has gotten me friendships. It's a secret. And I'm releasing it to you today for free. Absolutely free. You should thank me. You should subscribe. You should like, comment, do whatever. Do something. More is better than nothing. So I remember I was at this party, right? I had a night out with some friends. Of course we didn't drink. Why would we do that? That's just dumb. And I wanted to spark a conversation with someone, and she was kind of a quiet person, right? And we all know that it's very easy talking to people who are extroverted because it's easy talking to them. They're high going, they got high energy. But when you're talking with a girl, which is an introvert, it's harder to have a good conversation, right? So that's where relatability comes in even more. When you're relatable, right? I'm telling you, this is the secret. When you're relatable, you find a topic which you enjoy So that's the fun part, which is something which you can learn from learning, and which is relatable. So I found out, we were having a conversation, just talking a bit, wondering how we knew the host, and she said that she literally flew from Greece to here and came straight to the party. She hasn't been at home yet. And I love travel. So we started talking to each other, and we probably talked about travel, just different countries, different experiences we've had when traveling, and we talked about it for maybe an hour. Whereas generally, even for me, I could not keep that conversation flowing if it wasn't finding a relatable point. I cannot drill this in your head enough. One conversation trick, which will 10 times the amount of whatever you want, is to find a relatable point. That will 10 times the amount of time and actually quality of a relationship that you have, a communication ship that you have. It's generally a secret. I also use this thing as well, another time. Relatability, I use it at another party, which I don't go to parties that often, but parties are generally, I go into parties with a mindset of how can I learn from people's experiences talking to me? How can I go and get into a conversation with someone and I go in and I actually learn stuff? And I'm proving this tactic, communication. This is where I practice my communication, sometimes at parties. It's just simple. You don't go to a party to get drunk. You go to a party to improve your communication. And at this party, there was 2 girls, right? And then there's me. One girl I'm talking to, right? And we're just talking, and there's another girl, which is kind of being not included, right? She's not talking as much as we are. And so I was a genius about this strategy. I knew that the girl that wasn't talking all so much, that she liked an artist called The Weeknd. You know her. You know that artist. The person on the right of me, which is the one I was talking with, I knew that she liked this artist called Lily Rose or something like that. Pretty famous. And so I was a genius, and I said this song. Do you know the song One of the Girls? It's one of my favorites, right? That's a song where The Weeknd and Lily Rose, or whatever her name is, collabed, right? And now we've all got something in common. We've all got something relatable. And that conversation was one of the best conversations I had at that particular moment, right? At that party. It's fantastic how, if you know about finding a relatable point, which is enjoyable, which you can learn from, that is the secret to keeping any conversation flowing. Trust me.